Hello and welcome to Jeremy's Yorkshire allotment adventures on what is a cold, brisk morning here. But the birds are out and they're singing, they're flying around, almost just being dive bombed by my local wood pigeons. They live in the conifers on the next allotment, and quite funny, when I first started filming these videos, they used to come and sit on the ground and watch me. They don't do that anymore. They just occasionally come very, very close with the fly past. I know it's their allotment, but well, I'm just here. In fact, they're looking at me through as I speak from the trees behind. Once again, welcome to Jeremy's Yorkshire allotment adventures. It's great to have you on board. Thank you for all your comments. We'll look at some of those later on, and well, a few pictures from down in Wakefield later as well, about well, something out for Nowt. I hope you're sitting comfortably. I hope you've got a cuppa. Gosh, I wish I'd got a cuppa. It's quite cold. And well, welcome to today's show. I thought I'd start here next to the bank. Do you remember we put those wildflower seeds on that mat? They've gone under here, and so fingers crossed we get those lovely wildflowers coming through and attract all those fantastic pollinators that we need here on the allotment. Now, why am I sat here? Really well, interestingly, I've been doing a little bit of an experiment this week, because as you know, I mentioned that we had some cat poo on here. I don't want that, thank you very much. And so what I thought to do, I'd try a couple of ideas. Cat prevention, and we always talk about coffee grounds. Well, I literally covered this banking with coffee grounds, and well, it didn't work. I came down the next day and there were more cat poo than there was before. So I thought, well, that's very kind of them, but I don't want it. So then I thought, well, what else can I do? So I've used tea bags, and literally about 10 or 12 tea bags scattered around. You can see them here, look, here we are. That's a tea bag. And well, it seems to have done the trick. Amazing, isn't it? There's no cat poo. And it's been about a day and a half since I've been down here. Just fantastic. So I'm going to go and find some more tea bags, and as you know, drink lots of tea here on the allotment. Isn't that a good find? So what else is happening? Well, fingers crossed they'll come up, those wildflowers. What is lovely over here under my little glass dish, I have might be two pieces of garlic. I hope I'm going to check that out later on, but hopefully we've had some sun on there recently, and hopefully that will encourage the garlic to grow. Isn't that brilliant stuff? Oh, it's getting a bit chilly out here. I do love this time of year though, you know. Everything's starting to come up. Lots of seeds are now pushing through, but there's still time to sow seeds. And in fact, you can sow seeds outside, so you can start preparing your beds. But if you do, just keep an eye on the weather, obviously, because you don't want to put your lovely little seeds out and then we get a that was a bit close, I don't really saw that. My wood pigeon has decided to tell me that they're here. Well, I know they're here. Now, as I was saying, you don't need, obviously, to put stuff out early. You can, obviously, but if you do, cover it. Get some fleece, some netting, whatever, just cover it up. Keep the ground warm, because we're still getting frosts. You know, some people say don't sow things until late March, early April, when the last frosts have gone. There's no need to rush when you're growing. But as you know, we've got lots of seeds coming in the greenhouse. I hope you're like me. I'm sure you are, because I know my viewers, and you're all brilliant. You all send comments, and it's really exciting. But this time of year particularly is very, very exciting. It's that time where the seeds really do start to turn into seedlings, and I've got some prime examples. Here we are. Look at those beautiful peas. Isn't that exciting? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in there actually. 7, 8, 9 peas. I think there should be another one at this end, but that at the moment has decided not to propagate. But they're just lovely, lovely. And I love it. What I'll do is I'll take some pictures, because you can see, because this is see-through, you can see all of the roots at the bottom. And to say that is only that much at the top, there's masses of roots here. So I can't wait to take those out and get them outside towards, you know, in a couple of weeks when they're a bit bigger and I've got some leaves on. We're building a nice little netting wall so they can climb up, and well, fingers crossed these continue to grow. I've not in the past had much success with peas, to tell you the truth. I know down in Wakefield you often put yours in a piece of guttering. I've done that in the past, but I've never been very successful even at that. Maybe to do with drainage, but this year, as I say, I'm using the coir compost, and well, they've all come up. Isn't that brilliant? Speaking of coming up, I haven't a clue what that is. I found this little bulb here. Now, it's looking a little bit like an onion, you know, the structure at the top here. But until it gets a bit bigger, and well, I suppose it does look like an onion, but then again, it could be garlic. It's weird, isn't it? Just lying around. Anyway, at least it's coming up, and that's just been left on the side. So in here, I mean, the temperature's been 10 degrees lowest Celsius, it says here, and 25 is the highest it's been over the past couple of days, because it measures that as well. Now, in here, and I'm so excited about this, these are my poppies, St George Cross poppies, and look at all those. So all those tiny seeds have come up. Now, I know I'm going to have a problem soon, because how do I transplant all those outside? Well, they're going to get a lot bigger, of course, and be very, very gentle with them. And I'm just going to take them out and we can pop them on the ground. They will literally grow anywhere. So I'm hoping the ones I've put outside, sown the seeds direct to the ground, will come up like these will. And yeah, isn't that exciting? I love it. As I said, I do love this time of year. We've got all sorts in here behind me. In fact, do you remember that lettuce seeds that we had? I left some in here as well, and well, they're doing really well. They're getting a bit big now in here, and we need to transplant those out, and then hopefully we'll have some lovely lettuce. You can grow lettuce all year round. It's absolutely incredible. So while I'm here, and we've spoken about Darren already, let's go back to Darren in Wakefield. And Darren, this is under the Out for Nowt section, and your allotment society where you are have an area where all the allotment holders can place items they don't want, which is absolutely brilliant, isn't it? Because that means that someone else, you know, they're saying the man's rubbish is another man's gold, which is always true. I love a good skip hunt, me. Oh, I'm always slowing the car down. You have to be really careful though. You're apparently not allowed to take stuff out of a skip unless you ask the owner, because you never know. So if you do like something and see something in a skip outside of a house, go and knock on the door and say, excuse me, can I have that? People generally say yes, especially here in the UK. I presume that happens all around the world too. Anyway, back to down in Wakefield, Out for Nowt, as we say. And I saw this lovely shower screen at the side there, and I thought, oh, I'll have that. Then I'll make a cold frame. Well, look at this. It's made a cold frame. Absolutely fantastic, Darren. It looks brilliant and very robust too. So well done on that count. Out for Nowt. Aren't we doing good? There's a couple more Out for Nowts later on in the show. And we can learn lots more from my viewers out there. Great stuff. Well, I do love a little experiment, as you know, here on the allotment, and my latest one was to try and make some banana skin fertilizer. And I put my banana skins, as I saw, there's a picture, I put them into my air fryer. What I should have done first is chop them up into smaller chunks. It took ages to do the air fryer. I set off first of all about 80 degrees, and they were just taking for hours. It must have had about 4 or 5 25-minute goes, and they still weren't having a go. So I bunged them right up to 200, and that soon got them dried out. But I said I probably should have popped them into smaller chunks. Then I got my pestle and mortar out. How exciting, pestle and mortar. Oh, that's an old-fashioned word. And I ground them by hand, because we don't have a blender, that's why. And then, of course, you end up with this. It's a little bit like coffee grounds, actually. Still got a few of the fibres in there that didn't dry out properly or even crush once I'd got my... But what do I do with it? That's a very good point, isn't it? You can add it to water and make it a little bit like a tea, and then you pour it onto the base of your plants. What's it good for? Well, apparently quite good for tomatoes. So I should be experimenting with my tomatoes, and this will keep now I've dried it out. You can actually place it into the base of the tomatoes along with your crushed eggshells. Yes, crushed eggshells. Get them as fine as possible into a fine powder, because then they can release more nutrients through into the soil, and it helps the flowering plants too. But just check, because there's that many it doesn't like. Check to which ones you're using it on. I can't give you a whole list because there's hundreds of different plants, but have a look. So yeah, there we are. Really. There's another way of doing this, by the way, and it's probably a lot easier. Get yourself a jar with a lid, put some water in, stick some banana peels in, chop them up as well, and leave them 7 days. And the water should go brown, which means all the nutrients are being drawn out of your bananas. put your bananas in your compost heap or in your wormery if you've got one. I've always wanted a wormery. I must get myself a wormery. And because the juice from that is supposed to be fantastic for all your plants. Another liquid fertiliser. Something I would love is a wormery. If the internet's listening out there. Oh, wouldn't that be lovely? Now, yes. So what we're doing? Oh yeah, fertiliser. So you can do that, leave that, and then pour that obviously down onto your plants. You can actually get that add this to some Epsom salts and some really finely crushed eggshells, mix them all together, add some water, and then use that as a spray onto the top of your soil, and all three of those combined will add extra nutrients and vitamins to your plants that you're growing. Isn't that exciting? Who'd have thought it? Banana skin fertiliser. Not sure if it's been worth it though, but it's been fun in the process, hasn't it? Let me know if you have any more tips about different things we can use on the allotment. Hope the birds are singing. Isn't that lovely? Well, once again, thank you very much for watching Jeremy's Yorkshire Allotment Adventures. It really is great to have you on board. Just towards the end of this video, I have done a review for those shoes I was talking about. In fact, I'm wearing them now. And well, that's on its own little video. It will be put into the next video on here. This show is already too long. But you'll find it on my YouTube channel. And well, enjoy. I hope you do. It's great. There's a discount code if you feel like buying a new pair of shoes. And just to let you know, there's a sale on at the moment too. Well, check it out. Great to have you all once more. Thanks for all your comments. And well, we'll look at some out for nouts in the next show. In fact, we might do a whole show about out for nouts because there's that much coming in and that many great suggestions and comments. In fact, let's go to one suggestion. We're going to New Mexico. Isn't that fantastic? And well, I can't quite work out your name, but I will do, because I'm going to send you a message and they'll find your name. Because what you lovely people do, you send me lovely messages, and of course you've got your YouTube name. Like mine's Jez Grows, or sorry, Jeremy's Yorkshire Allotment Adventures. Very long, I know, but some of you have yours, and I can't quite work out whether it's your name or what, so I will find out. But this is a fantastic one. You've just got a new shower curtain, and you've got some of those poly pipes, and you've made your own grow tunnel. You've used your own shower curtain, and you've got steel hoops as well, rebar you call it, and you've got some bent rebar and some plastic hoops, and you've made your own tunnel to protect your plants, because you said in New Mexico you're still chances of snow. Isn't that incredible? Wow. Well, we'll look at that properly next time, but thank you for your comments, and I'll see you shortly here on Jeremy's Yorkshire Allotment Adventures. Ta-ra for now.